Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Caoch Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link, it'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Caoch Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at caochsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy Caoch Smook of the Caoch Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Caoch Smook.
Put me in the game, Caoch Smook. Put me in the game, Caoch Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Caoch Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Caoch Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Somebody say, put me in the game, Caoch Smook. Let's go, man. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good to see y'all, man. I know it's an early morning. If you stayed up with us last night, man, I know you probably like, oh my God, this dude is crazy. Yeah, I feel like it right now. I didn't end up getting back on, man. I didn't make it. I ate that Waffle House and I died. So we're here today, though. We're here today. I'm alive. That Waffle House definitely put me down. The loop sounds great with Howard. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll see. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. This has been crazy. A crazy, great week for content. Today's show will not be a long one once again, man. We are on the schedule. We got a lot of things to set up for tonight's watch party for LSU. We got a few areas we got to run. Got a busy day going up until about 3 o'clock, and then we're going to be doing our thing. So today is going to be kind of different. We won't have a call-in segment. We'll only have the segment for the Pick'em segment where Zach will call in, and he'll be joining the show via the phone lines, and then we'll do our college Pick'ems today. And then we're going into live. It's not going to be a long live today. Like I said, this one might be 30, 45 minutes. We want to get the projections out. So if you're watching live and you're here, you're waiting to get to the topics part, skip over to the 10-minute part. And then from the 10-minute mark on until about the 45-minute mark, you'll be able to see our breakdowns for this weekend and our takes for this weekend's college football games. But just to give y'all an idea of this lineup, man, for the SEC, I mean, just for the top 25 is way more than just the SEC right now. We can admit that now that the college football playoff rankings have been revealed. We're going to talk a lot about elimination games, you know, how these things could turn out if certain teams don't finish their schedule strong. Right now, everybody is currently in the top 12 has a chance to make the playoffs if they win out. So we're going to look at the top 12 rankings, and then we're going to look at who they match up against this weekend, or look at all the big matchups this weekend, top 25 matchups this weekend, and see which games can be elimination games for these players. I mean, for these teams, because this is getting close, man. This is week 10. Week 10, we know technically there's 15 weeks in the regular season, and then 14 weeks in the regular season because of the 2 bye weeks, and then you got conference championship week. So we'll be talking about it, man, today. This is one of those weekends where the matchups matter, and if you're not awake, or if you walk in sleeping, you might end up messing up your playoff chances and not being able to get into the college football playoffs. So should be a good one today. Let me make sure I got the right dates up. Okay, yeah, should be a good one today as far as conversation goes. And if y'all ready to get into it, I'm ready to get into it. We here at the 8:45 mark. We don't have a lot of viewers in the chat live, but if you're tapping in post live, make sure you tap that screen, hit the like button. You got your boy Dominique. We got Dominique in the chat. Welcome in, Dominique. Good to see you. Good to see you this morning. And then where's my... All right, chat. I think I'm gonna have to go back out and freaking refresh. I don't know what's going on with StreamYard, but I haven't been able to scroll on the menu side for a minute. I don't know what's going on with it. Jordan, appreciate you for tapping in, man. Jordan, appreciate you. Roll Tide. Happy game day. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then that's all we got in the chat for right now, I think, for as far as live comments. So let me do something real quick. I got to make sure that is not me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the show, chat. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. I don't know, man. I think because of all the energy we had yesterday, man, we really gotta lock in today. I woke up feeling nervous about tonight's game. Weirdly, right? I don't know, or am I anxious? I think I'm more anxious. I think a lot of the fan base is gonna piss me off tonight, though. I think a lot of fan base is going to piss me off tonight. So I'm mentally preparing myself for whining and complaining, or extra all of a sudden this newfound confidence in the Alabama Crimson Tide with zero doubt after, and this is what I call fair weather fans. We'll do a fair weather fan update so I can show y'all what I mean by fair weather fans. And I called this. I told everybody before we get into the show, I told everybody that this would happen. You have so many Alabama fans that were, this team isn't that, this team isn't this team isn't that. And now they go into every game like they were against Saban. We're going to blow them out this, that, and third. They still not watching the film. You got Kangaroo Black still talking about which coach need to do this, which player, and how the coaches can't handle the game, and all this stupid stuff crashing out on live when we in tough games. Like, I like picking on Kangaroo Black. He an easy target, man. He an easy target. He's so fair weather. It's not even funny sometimes, man. It's almost disgusting, and people actually listen to it. I think he has a lot of following because people like laughing at him. He kind of like Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou never claimed to know football or anything like that. He just a diehard Georgia fan. He has a lot of followers because a lot of fans outside of Georgia fan base like to see him, in distress. It's just crazy. It's cool to see that, Well, yeah, he do a great job. Lou do a real good job. But yeah, man, I just want to show y'all what fair weather fans be acting like, man. This is fair weather 101, man. Week 1 you lose, then the rest of the season, after you start winning some games, now your team the best in the world. I told you they was gonna be good, but when they lost to Florida State, one bad game and y'all wrote them off. That's fair weather. That's bandwagon. So we're going to jump into the conversation. We're going to talk about all that small talk today. We got a little bit of time left. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in live. If you here, hit that like button. If you're not here live, make sure you still hit the like button. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen, share it up, and let's do this, man. Let's get into the show. Y'all ready to get into the show? If you're ready to get into the show, hold on, y'all. I can't even do it. I can't even do it because I can't even do it because I can't turn the music down. Mary J, can you turn the music down for me? I can't even do it. I can't even scroll on that page. This is crazy, man. Hold on, chat. I'll be right back. All right, chat, we back. I just had to go off and come back on real quick. Hope that fixes everything. It did. All right, so if you ready for the show, somebody type it in chat. Put me in the game, Caoch Smook. Let's do it.
You talking about Jalen Miro and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
Not going to take us a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just feeling sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all for tapping in this morning. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. We had to come up to the high ground so we get a better signal. But with that being said, man, let's jump into it. We got top 25 matchups this weekend. A lot of early ones that's going to be good. Keep you in front of your screens all day. If you have not looked at the lineup, man, I'm telling you right now, the SEC is packed of good lineups this week. The SEC is packed of good lineups and matchups that usually in years past traditionally wouldn't have brought the type of attention that it's bringing this week. Right? Even just today, you know, Georgia on the road at Mississippi State with the 9.5 point. They're a 9.5 point favorite. But if you watch Mississippi State play ball, they have been in every one of their games. And when they are healthy, when they got Blake Shapen, the quarterback, they look like a solid team. And Georgia could sleep on them. It's an early game in Starkville. They have an opportunity to upset a top 5 team. Mississippi State is going to bring their A game, and this is a team that can compete. Look at Texas A&M and Missouri. Texas A&M is on the road against Missouri. We know how Missouri has played. They are still in competition for a playoff spot. If Missouri beats Texas A&M, the number 3 team in the country, that could take Missouri to the top 15 from their 22 rank. But also that puts them right there in 3rd, 4th place, running with their 3-2 SEC record. They'll be basically one game behind Georgia because they play one less game than Georgia. And then that'll make Georgia and Texas A&M tied. Texas A&M will have to win out their last conference game to get to the SEC championship game to keep Georgia or Ole Miss from getting in there. But Georgia, because Georgia has to win over Ole Miss. And then again, man, Miami still holding on to hope too in the ACC, if I'm not mistaken. If Miami and Syracuse, Syracuse is on the road in Miami. Miami has not looked good the last 3 weeks, even against Stanford. They beat up a beat up Stanford team. And then any team that has had any type of physicality for Miami, they have upset them. Louisville and SMU both have kept them off their averages. They was able to get pressure on Carson Beck. Carson Beck under pressure is just horrible. All right, so they're hosting Syracuse at 2:30. That game could be a matchup for them because Miami right now is in 5th place in their conference at 6-2. They're 2-2 in the conference. They would need everybody in front of them to lose in order to give them a fighting chance to go to their conference and create a space for them to be in the college football playoff. Right now, Miami has Georgia Tech, Pittsburgh, Virginia are the top 3 in that conference, believe it or not. And those teams have been handling their business. They see Pittsburgh at the end of the season. Miami does. So they have a chance to kind of even that out with the head to head with Virginia Tech being 2-3 already, but Georgia needs to win out. Pitt is the team that they are chasing for their number 3 spot and for possibly a playoff spot in the as being the 3rd ranked ACC team, a 10-2 ACC team that's ranked in the top 25. So they'll have an opportunity to pad their resume this weekend, and then we'll look at some more, y'all. We'll look at some more. Georgia, I said Miami, Syracuse. Well, of course, we know Alabama and LSU is tonight at 6:30. Indiana, Penn State is a huge one too. This is the one that's supposed to say whether Indiana is legit, and this is their last kind of like when you look at it on paper, they beat Penn State. Penn State is not a good team this year. Penn State is far from a good team this year, but they can run the ball. They can be physical. Indiana defensively has played sound. Their offense is humming. I just don't see the matchup being a pretty good one for Penn State, and I think Indiana gets all that hype going into the playoffs and gets blown out first round. Texas Tech, BYU, that's one I'm going to be paying close attention to because I want to see how they do with possibly having 2-1 loss Big 12 teams this season. 2-1 loss Big 12 teams. I look at the Big 12 right now, and I say the conference has a line for Cincinnati to possibly make it out with 1 loss. Texas Tech, if Texas Tech beats BYU today and both of these teams win out the rest of the season, they will be back in the conference championship game in the first week of December. And they'll be playing each other. BYU has Texas Tech. Cincinnati right now has BYU left on their schedule. So BYU beat Cincinnati. They're in their conference playoff. They could lose to Texas Tech today, which I do have them being upset by Texas Tech. But if Cincinnati loses to BYU, then they're out. So that will leave BYU and Texas Tech. One of these teams will have 2 losses after that conference championship game. Will 2 Big 12 teams with the weak strength of schedule and one with 2 losses and no conference championship be able to get into the playoffs? We started an automatic bid, mess up the competition level in the playoffs last year. Can we see this be respected? I just don't see either one of these teams really being competitive against the spread in the playoffs. And I see maybe 5 or 6 teams in the SEC that should be ahead of Cincinnati or Texas Tech in these college football opportunities or rankings. And then I also see in the Big Ten, they the same way. They got 3 teams that could possibly make it, and they really only have 2 teams that are actually quality. So we'll talk about that as we continue to break down these games throughout the end of the season, as the playoffs continue to the results and rankings continue to come out. But let me see. I'm gonna go back to the scoreboard. Let's get back down here. What's another one? I think this is the week where we see what we can expect from Auburn playing on the road at Vanderbilt. How timid they're going to play, who's going to be trying to step up and play and make big plays, or what guys are potentially showing some sparks after the firing of the head coach and everything. So we're going to see what Auburn does this week. Not a big game, but Vanderbilt is a team that's still fighting for playoff spot. These conference games, they need to win out to keep their name in the conversation. They don't need a conference championship or none of that. They just need to win out. Again, Virginia is still surging. They're number 14 currently. This team can make the playoffs. Virginia can make the playoffs. They are on the way to playing for the ACC championship. And hopefully they don't pull a Virginia or ACC team type energy and do what they do. And do what they do at the end of the season and drop one. What's up, Jason? Good to see you. What's up, Caden? Good to see all y'all in the chat, man. My guy Caden, the Diesel Freak. All right, so and those are some of the big games. Notre Dame, Navy is 7-1 right now. They're going on the road to Notre Dame, and people have always slept on this matchup. But if Navy slows this game down, which they have not been playing slow, Navy has actually been putting up some numbers this season. Navy has been putting up some numbers. 52 against VMI. We know what that is. That's not even I remember I got an offer from VMI to play basketball in high school. So I remember Virginia Military Institute. But Navy is in that same American conference with USF and North Texas and all those teams, that group of 14 that might make it. Navy could win out and be that team. They could be that team. They have Notre Dame this weekend. They could win that game with their 1 loss. At Notre Dame, they push themselves into the college football playoff. And if they beat Notre Dame, I like their chances against the rest of the spread. I know I'm an Army guy. I want us to win Army-Navy game every year. I watch it every year. I cheer proudly for my Army Knights, right? But this Navy team is actually good. I feel like the Navy actually recruits football players, man. And the West Point does this crap where they try to stick to Army regulations and stuff. You're not going to find too many offensive linemen that meet the height and weight regulations of the Army, Chad. West Point is weird. And they got stipulations for athletes now where they allow them to kind of load outside of those things. But yeah, this ain't one of those things. So Navy has an opportunity to continue on a huge path. This could be huge for them. They could actually make the playoffs this season. Who else, man? We talked about Ole Miss. They kind of got a bye week. Oregon hosting going on the road to Iowa. Iowa's defense is definitely not a pushover. They're actually 4-1 in their conference. If they beat Oregon might be out the playoff. I don't think a 10-2 Big Ten team that doesn't play in their conference championship is going to make it into the playoffs. So we saw Northwestern keep their hopes alive in the Big Ten. The 5-1 they still have an opportunity. I think they see one more. I think they see Ohio State. They won last night. So a lot of close elimination games. This is what I went through that list to highlight this, chat. Yeah, USC still has Oregon in 2 weeks. They got Iowa next week, then Oregon the week after. So USC still has a chance to be in it. This is why I wanted to bring this up. We are in Elimination Weekend. I just talked about all these matchups. If a lot of these teams lose, they'll be on their second loss in one of the weaker strength of schedule conferences, right? With one of the weaker schedules. That'll be bad for them as far as trying to make it to the playoff. Appreciate the taps on the screen, Shrimp. Luke 99, he said, "Go Nose." Yeah, y'all gonna be going home soon, man. It ain't shit happening for the goals, for the nose, for the Feminos, man. I'm sorry. He said he got a question. Go ahead and ask. We got the live segment going right now. But I'm looking at it now, man. Big games to watch for this weekend. Let's start in the SEC. I want to start in the SEC. Y'all know I love my Southeastern Conference football. Let me share this screen right here, real quick right here, and we're gonna look at the games for this weekend and where they happen at. Shout out to ESPN for providing the lineup. Y'all know if y'all want to keep up with y'all games, we use this the easiest one we get at ESPN. I ain't encouraging y'all to pay for it. They ain't giving y'all no promo code with, put me in the game coach and then so we ain't standing all that. I just advise you to use it. All right, Georgia, Mississippi State, y'all. If Georgia loses on the road to Mississippi State, and don't think it can't happen. If you have a college football fan and you respect the game of college football, it is not crazy for me to believe the way that college football has been this season. The way that it's been this season, not in past, not in seasons past and all of that. I'm talking about the way that it's been this season. You can't sit here and tell me that you have full confidence that Georgia will go in and decisively handle Texas A&M. Mississippi State. You can't tell me. Now, will Mississippi State show up? And I'm going to show y'all something about Mississippi State's schedule. This is the same. They have not had any crazy roster turnover or anything. They haven't fired coaches. But Mississippi State, they actually have been a solid team. They are a solid team. They started off, they handled their cupcake schedule. They upset ranked Arizona State. They got the one ranked win. They have not been strong in conference play, right? But look at how the games went. Texas A&M is the only heavily decided game. Was on the only lopsided game for Mississippi State. They played Florida tight. Florida just played Georgia tight. Tennessee played Georgia tight. Georgia and Texas is next week. They played Texas and lost by possession. And then they beat Arkansas, a team that was kind of more so as far as the level of competition or skill sets available on roster. They win that game. So hosting Georgia at home, that might be a good game for them. They played Texas to the wire at home. Maybe they do the same with Georgia and maybe they learn something or they picking up some momentum from that weekend, that last week win against Arkansas. So don't sleep on this Georgia-Mississippi State game. What does it mean if Georgia loses? Georgia puts themselves right outside looking in. Ole Miss gets that nod now because Ole Miss will have the one loss in the SEC. So Ole Miss will be the number 3 team. I believe they'll end up replacing them. And then now you're opening the door for teams like for Vanderbilt and Missouri to sneak up on you in the conference. So Georgia, this is an important game for you all too. Georgia's in the bind too because of their one loss to us. They don't have the luxury of having popping off those ranked wins back to back like we did. That kind of pads are. We get to that that SEC championship game, we in the playoffs regardless. Texas A&M at Missouri. This is another one, chat. This is another one. Do not sleep. I know everybody wants to think Missouri is done, and that because they missing their backup quarterback. The same that applies when teams play us. I like when Alabama fans try to give teams when they play us because of their fair weatherism, right? But because of what they fair weather fandom, they like to get teams the benefit of the doubt when they play us because they got that fair weather in them. But they'll see Missouri against Texas A&M and Missouri's missing their starting quarterback, and they won't say nothing about Texas A&M don't know what's happening. Well, then when you say the same thing about Alabama not knowing what's happening with LSU this weekend because they got different players and different staff, the same could be said for Missouri with a new quarterback in the back behind the center. And then also more games this weekend. Kentucky, Florida used to be fun to watch around this time of year. Florida used to be on the cusp, but they hurting this week. I already told y'all Auburn, Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt does not need to drop any games any games. I want them to be the dark horse in this playoff and have a chance to be in the conversation at the end of the season. That's a good team. That's a good team. And last but not least, for the SEC, y'all, the big one of the night, Alabama. We are still on our way in. LSU at 5-3 may not have a chance to get to the playoffs, to the college, the conference championship. But LSU with the win today, and if they was to finish out their season with wins, would have a case for being the fourth or fifth SEC team into the playoffs. Alabama, we just need to win out. A 0 in the loss column on your conference side as Alabama is basically a ticket in. Georgia, Ohio State, a 0 in those conference loss columns is basically the golden ticket into the playoffs. So Alabama has a lot to look forward to tonight. Also, a lot of these games could be elimination games. If Missouri loses tonight, they're not in the playoffs or the conference championship. Missouri could be out of it. LSU is out of the conference championship. They lose tonight, they're out of the playoffs. Vanderbilt, if they lose tonight at home against Auburn, they won't help their resume. So those teams have to win. Let's go to the Big Ten. I want to look at the Big Ten lineup for the weekend. We know it's only really 2 teams that you got to watch for in the Big Ten. That's all they got. I can't stand that. I can't stand that they get so much love and recognition for how spread out that conference is with talent. Like that is spread out. There's 3, and then there's nothing right now. Coaching staffs are trash. Everything is trash up there. What's good, Melvin? Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Zach coming up here in about 10 minutes. No, 5 minutes. We got Zach coming up in 5 minutes, y'all. What time is it? Yeah, we at the 33 mark. So at 8:40, Zach will be ready to come on and do our college pick'ems of the day through ESPN. We do our pick'ems together, give our thoughts and our takes, and then we got a fair weather fan report after that, and then we'll end the show. Indiana, Penn State is a big game this weekend for this conference. Even though Penn State is trash this year, right? Indiana is one of those teams that we're still trying to figure out if they legit or not. Hate to say it, I think go back. Jesus, hate to say it, but I think Auburn beats Vandy. Nah, not on the road. Not on the road. If this was in Jordan here, I'd give them a chance, but I don't see it happening, man. Vanderbilt is not no pushover team. They're not falling asleep. Diego, all that hype, that's him. And energy he bring every week in and week out is him. He's had that confidence since being at New Mexico State. So I don't understand why he would change it up going against Auburn. Another conference game, another opportunity to pad their stats going into the playoffs. So yeah. Oh yeah, so we got Indiana, Penn State. Indiana still looking good, man. They on the road at Penn State. That's the only reason I feel like it'll be a tough game. It's on Fox, so we'll be able to watch it. You know, YouTube TV and Fox, they still in cahoots. Y'all know why. I ain't gonna get to that political stuff. Ohio State, they're on the road against Purdue. I don't know what that even freaking feels like in Lafayette, Indiana. I didn't realize so many schools were in Indiana. Notre Dame, Indiana, Purdue. I didn't know so many schools were in the Big Ten were from that trash state when it comes to football. Like, that's why Indiana looks good right now, because they taking all the good players from Purdue and Notre Dame. Like, they getting all the good players from. No, I'm just talking. But Ohio State goes to Purdue, 0-6 in the conference, 2-7 on the season. Team has nothing to lose. They have nothing to work with. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a close game and Ohio State wins like 31-14 or some crazy jump. Or Ohio State continues to do what they do against lesser talented teams and just blow them out the water. And not much else coming out of the Big Ten. Oregon and Iowa later on at 2:30 should be a good one. Should be interesting. But I just don't feel like Iowa has enough offense to really test Oregon's defense. And Oregon can open it up, but Iowa's defense is actually pretty solid. They have strong secondary. They got a solid defensive front. Their tackle for loss average tackle for loss is up there amongst the top 20, top 25 in the country. So they could be a tough team for Oregon, who doesn't strive or doesn't thrive with the run game. A team that is solid on the pass game as far as defensively, pass defense, that can tackle well, that could extend the game and give them opportunities to create extra possessions for them. Washington, I don't think they have a chance to get at it. They might come up late in this conversation, but the Big Ten is really 3 or 4 teams right now. Three teams for sure with USC right there on the outside looking in with their one conference loss and their come from behind win against not necessarily come from behind, but their big win against Northwestern last night. The Big Ten just not an entertaining brand of ball. You kind of watch it each week just to hope that somebody gives Indiana, Ohio State, or Oregon a competitive game in this conference, and that's what I don't like. That's how it used to be in the SEC. You know, it was easy to deal with it because we were Bama fans, but now with every team every week in the SEC possibly being able to lose, I like this college football. And then Big Ten, they experience what we experience. You know, you don't get much big games and big energy around games because of how lopsided the conference is, the talent spread is. So let's be grateful for competitive football. Y'all run the likes up in the chat. We got 20 people watching on YouTube and only 8 likes. What are we doing, chat? I had 20 people. Y'all lurkers, don't start leaving now because you watching trying to take some of our analysis over to your other channel. Don't be lurking doing that. Don't be doing that. Just drop a like and then you could dip out. You know what I'm saying? I like going to see or getting clips from other people's shows where they literally doing a segment just like, you know what I'm saying, like literally verbatim of what I said, saying the same thing. I love to see that. That means people are hearing what we saying, man. Because of y'all pushing the likes, y'all sharing the stream, y'all going to do what y'all got to do to represent for the AAA family. So once again, drop them likes, turn it up, and continue to share the stream as we continue to flow through this chart. And then finally, man, I want to talk about some of the other big games this weekend real quick. Just some of the big matchups that could be elimination games or can turn the tide for college football playoff. And we talk about the top 25, man. You look at Miami at 18. They're hosting Syracuse. This is a team that has been inconsistent. Syracuse can pop off at any second and look like a contender. We talked about BYU and Texas Tech in that conference, that matchup. Texas Tech, I got Texas Tech winning at home against BYU, right? And I see a rematch in the Big 12. Only one of those teams getting the playoffs. Only one of those Big 12 teams getting the playoffs. So this could be a setup for the elimination game. Talking about playoff elimination. Oregon, Iowa. If Oregon loses, I don't think they're in the playoffs. Iowa wins, I don't think they're in the playoffs either, but they do mess up Oregon's dreams. Virginia, if they lose to Wake Forest, they're home, but if they lose to Wake Forest, somehow drop a game, a conference game, or any game for the rest of the season, they have to win their conference to get in my opinion. And then Navy and Notre Dame, chat. Navy can actually push Notre Dame. I think they can take them to the wire. And if push comes to shove, Notre Dame will win because they just have the better players. But you let Navy mess around and be physical with you and give them confidence, it can get ugly for you, Notre Dame. So take care of your business. Take care of your business, or you can find yourself in a world of hurt. All right. We already did our Alabama LSU breakdown. My game that I'm going to be watching closely today, I'll be watching Texas A&M Missouri. I want to see if Missouri's defense is as legit as it had been up until probably last week. Last week was probably the first week I saw some real questionable things from Missouri's defense. And I think they were reeling from the injury loss, trying to figure out things on offense. Defense was on the field a little bit more than the usual. If that's going to be a consistent trend, they're not going to be able to win against Texas A&M with that brand of football. Now, on the flip side, if Texas A&M is able to come in and just kind of oppose their will, they're going to change my outlook on what they actually are as a team. Are they legit? If they come out and they handle Missouri in Columbia decisively, just make it hard for them to breathe. I don't care if Missouri doesn't have the starting quarterback. They've had time to kind of readjust. This is a team that's got quality talent, depth of talent in that room, right? And then they got Ahmad Hardy. He's back. He's not injured anymore. He's 100%. You expect them to be able to do some things to stay balanced and compete in this game, right? Bo Prabula may be out, but this is not just a Bo Prabula team. They have receivers. They have running backs in this offense that can really make moves for them. Now, my question is, if Bo can't go, is it Matt Zollers that's starting in for them? Who's their backup quarterback? I know it wasn't Sam Horn, was it? Who is their backup quarterback, chat? Let me look at it. I can tell you right now. Yeah, it's Matt Zollers. Matt Zollers was the backup quarterback. I don't think Locke will be the guy. I think Matt Zollers will be the guy. the true freshman. He's actually pretty solid, man. He's actually pretty solid. I saw him get thrown in against last week against which game? Who they played last week? I'll show you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Against Vandy. Last week against Vandy, he got thrown in against Vandy. Played a decent game, man. No turnovers. Took 1 sack. Wasn't a bad sack. Had a big pass and play. I mean, he seems comfortable in this offense. I just don't think he's scared. I think nowadays the freshman quarterback is a different position. I'm telling you right now, this team, Missouri better. Texas A&M better come in and wait, because Missouri can play behind this young man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man, that's jumping in. Appreciate the $1.99 super chat from my guy Sully. And then he celebrates being a member for almost with this page for 11 months. He said best Bama coverage channel out here. Hey, I appreciate that, my boy. Salute, Coach. What's up, Jack? Good to see y'all, man. Kill it today, Jordan. Yes, sir. Go ahead and be safe at rehearsal, man. Coach Smook got us by 2 TDs versus LSU. I got us by 17. I think it's 17. What's 38-13? That's 14, right? Or 38? That's 15. Right? 25? 25. That's 25. 38? No. 38 plus 13. Or minus 13. Yeah, that's 25. I got 38-13. That's 25. So, yeah, it's 3 possessions, 3.5 possessions, I think. You said 2 TDs. I say 3 possessions. All right. Dang. That's the second week in a row we've been struggling with the math, y'all. I used to love math. Simple, man. But, yeah. So, let's get into the show. Let's get into our Pick'em segment. Right now, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll have Zach on the phone line ready to talk some college ball and talk about the college picks for today. If you don't know about the college Pick'ems group, I haven't been consistent, but we still have it. And I see other people have been making their picks, which is cool. I love that. I love that we're continuing to stay active. I just get so caught up sometimes, man, and I just forget. But I'm gonna try to figure out how to send y'all the invite to this group. And never mind. I can't. Okay, we good. Well, yeah, if you're not in the college picking group, you're missing out. It's in the Discord too. That link is in the Discord. But if you're not in there, you're missing out. And today's lineup, I'm gonna tell you right now, we got BYU, Texas Tech, Arkansas State, Southern Miss, Jacksonville State, and UTEP, Missouri at Texas, Texas A&M at Missouri, Oregon at Iowa, Iowa State at TCU, Kansas at Arizona, Wake Forest at Virginia, Florida State at Clemson, Nebraska at UCLA. And the pick of the day is the total points between Texas Tech and BYU. So we'll get Zach on the line and we're gonna have that ready for a breakdown. We got score predictions being recorded in the chat. Make sure we get those written down on the banner at the bottom, Mary J. I starred one of them. D. Martin has a score prediction. Make sure y'all put 38-21 Bama, or LSU, however you want the scores. Whatever score prediction, you put the score and then you put the winner, the leader, the winner of that in next to it, so we can have it written down the right way on the banner during the call in. The live game watch party, the live watch party. We'll be back right after this message, y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm hungry. I ate good last night and fell asleep on a full stomach, woke up, and now I'm hungry again. So we'll be right back.
Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Caoch Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and
hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Caoch Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at CaochSmookNetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy Caoch Smook of the Caoch Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. All right, everybody. I hope y'all ready, man. I hope y'all ready, because we got, as always, every week, man, we get a special caller, or we get a community member come in and do pick'ems. This is becoming a thing. We had Christian Ballard for a few weeks, and his work schedule kind of ties him up. But now we have a member of the AAA family that's always here, always there. And y'all know the voice, y'all know the name, y'all know the man. And we're gonna go ahead and do our pick'ems today. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was just telling him on the phone, man, I didn't realize how tired I was, man. Y'all really be pulling that energy from me this week, man. I'm telling you, like, this week, y'all really pulled the energy from me. Like, I feel like I worked I remember when I used to be in the field for 3 or 4 days, and it felt like those were the harder field exercises in the military than when we was out there for 28, 31 days. So, y'all pray my strength in the Lord, man. Boy, we got the college pick'ems coming up. Zach, what's up, man? We got Zach in the game. Y'all give it up for Zach.
What's good, Coach Smook and my AAA family? How are y'all doing this morning?
Man, everything good, Zach. You ready to get into this college pick'ems for this weekend, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got some good lineups this weekend. I think this is probably this ain't as good as week 5, but because of what it means, and we talk about top 25 matchups already, but a lot of these teams, if they lose today, they have no chance they're losing both the conference championship possibility, and they're losing their playoff chances. So
right,
let's get into it, man. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. We got Zach on the line. If you all are wondering who's on the line making the picks today, we got Zach as always. So right now, let's pop it off, and I'm gonna do it like this. I like this setup right here. This is not bad. Let me adjust it real quick because I can't slide my chair over much more. I'm gonna be out the room. All right, so appreciate y'all for tapping in. All right, Zach, first game of the day that's on the pick'em lineup. Texas Tech, BYU. We got BYU at Texas Tech in Lubbock, Texas. Both of these teams ranked number 8, number 7 currently in CFB rankings. What is your pick for this game and why?
Okay. I've gone back and forth on this pick. Ultimately, right now, I have BYU pick, but before the game, I might change it to Texas Tech. It comes down to how healthy is Texas Tech's quarterback, because, he's dealing with a little bit of a mild knee injury. So how healthy is he on that knee, and how effective is he going to be able to be dealing with that injury?
For sure. So I got Texas Tech. Even with the quarterback being injured. I think they run the ball good enough to keep the pressure off him. If they feel like he's healthy enough to go into this big matchup against this BYU defense, which has, I think BYU team defense wise has taken a step up as far as team speed. They've done some great job developing and fitting some pieces, going to get a few guys in recruiting, and then also just developing guys on roster. Not many portal assets that have affected their roster, but BYU team defense is good. My question for BYU is, would their offense be able to score? This Texas Tech defense is actually pretty good when it comes to Big 12 standards and what they allow and how they play defense in the conference. I think they do enough to match up, or do more than enough to match up defensively with BYU's offense. I think Texas Tech's offense is what separates the game and creates space for them over BYU, because their offense is not as efficient and effective in those big matchups like Texas Tech have been. They offense has to slow down against bigger or better. I want to say bigger opponents, but better defensive opponents. So I got Texas Tech. So Zach got BYU. He said he might change it before kickoff, which is real because I was kind of torn. I think Texas Tech just is able to handle it at home. Quarterback being back at some 70+% of health is good enough to move the ball against BYU and create opportunities for your run game to be explosive and create points for you. Arkansas State hosting Southern Miss, man. This is a funny one because this is another conference matchup. This is a conference that I follow closely, and I think this is like Troy in this conference. South Alabama's in this conference. These teams, it's some competitive teams, man. They got a lot of kids that probably should be, Power 5, Power 4. But these guys, this should be a good game. Being at Arkansas State, they run a high paced offense. What do you think about this game, Arkansas State Southern Miss? Zach, who's your pick?
With this one, I got Southern Miss because I think they're going to be able to do just a little bit more all around to pull this game off. I think it'll be a close game.
Yeah.
But I just have Southern Miss just doing a little bit more to pull this game off.
Yeah, same with me. I think it's a pretty good game. If you have not watched the Sun Belt Conference with those teams, I think they're in the Sun Belt. If you have not watched their conference matchups against each other, you're missing good football. Troy, they're always in an entertaining matchup when they play out of conference. When you see teams like USF, Memphis, Troy, who else? Tulane, who else? It's a lot of teams that kind of just, when they play out of conference against other teams, Power 5 programs, and they're able to play like halves with these teams, and they're able to be in these games, you probably should pay attention to those teams the rest of the season because there's a talent spread in college football, and quality football is all day. If you really love college football like I do, I could just turn my phone on at 11 o'clock. It doesn't matter which game is on. Unless there's a game that I actually want to watch, I will watch every game in college football right now for the most part. So another one in Southern Miss and Arkansas State. Quick pick right here, Jacksonville State and UTEP. I took Jacksonville State. I like what they did by hiring Jeremy Pruitt. That was pretty good news to make some headlines. And then now they got UTEP, a team that's just horrible. They're going on the road. Jacksonville State, still a solid team. They were creating upsets opportunities last year. So I think they carry that momentum with their lack of roster turnover and them being able to kind of steady a ship. Jacksonville State over UTEP. What you got, Zach?
Same. I got Jacksonville State over UTEP. I like Jacksonville State more. UTEP has, not saying they're a bad team.
They're bad. They're bad, Zach. They're bad, Zach. This is almost UTEP and Auburn could switch jerseys and we would have known the difference. I'm telling you right now.
Right. That is true.
But yeah, I got Jacksonville. You got Jacksonville. All right, big one right here. Missouri, Texas A&M. Everybody can see my pick on the screen. I have Missouri right now. Zach, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is about this game. Texas A&M, Missouri, on the road. I have a weird feeling that Texas A&M, and I'm gonna have to do it. Caden, the call-in show is not live, man. We're on the call-in line for a call-in segment. It's not time to call in, brother. Thank you for the support, but it's not time to call in. But yeah, this is one of those games, man. Texas A&M, Missouri. I truly believe Missouri has the defensive skill set or the schematics of defense with their play calling, man. They could really I guess disturb Marcel Reed today. And if you take away Marcel Reed in the run game, I think you take away like 30-40% of Texas A&M's ability to effectively, consistently move the ball. I don't think it stops them, but it makes the flow of the game at your pace to where you can capitalize with some of the things you can do offensively. And you at home with your freshman quarterback, it should turn out to be a good offensive showing for your freshman quarterback. I got Missouri for the upset, and I got Missouri winning 28-24 Missouri over Texas A&M at home.
Okay. I got Texas A&M, but more like a 31-28 type game. Like, it'll be a close game because, like you said, Missouri has the defense to take away Marcel Reed, but if Marcel Reed hits Concepcion and his big time receivers, I think there's enough disparity between the receiving talent and the talent that Missouri has in the secondary to kind of expose them and make big plays in the game.
100%. Iowa and Oregon. I have a crazy upset pick right now. I guess Missouri upsetting Texas A&M wouldn't be crazy. We know what the SEC looked like, but from a national standpoint, I got Iowa upsetting Oregon today at home for probably the biggest game in their program's season to this point.
Mm-hmm.
I think Iowa shows up and plays a crazy, relentless brand of defense today. And Oregon and their soft mentality gets exposed today. I am not an Oregon fan right now. I'm not a Dan Lanning fan. I think he does a lot of that hoopla and hype stuff, trying to act like his team is just the baby SEC squad that he wants it to be, you know, with some of the things that he's done to kind of make them look like an SEC squad. But they don't play SEC-style football. They're not physical. And there are teams like Iowa and Iowa State in that conference that will wake up and want to play you. They're not scared to go toe-to-toe. And Iowa is that team. They're a tough team. Do they have the athleticism Missouri has? No. But they do have the competitive nature, and they play team ball. If they slow the game down against a team like Oregon, they'll pull this one off. And they'll pull this one off like a 21-13, 21-17 type game over Oregon. I got Iowa in this one, and a tight one that Oregon loses. Not that Iowa wins, but Oregon loses this game because they're not as physical as this Iowa team. And this is my dark pick, this is my hot take, this is my upset alert pick. Iowa over Oregon. Oregon, Iowa. Who's your pick, Zach?
I also have to go with Iowa on this one because, like you said, I believe in Iowa's defense more than I do believe in what Oregon is doing on the offensive and defensive side of the ball this year. Got to give Oregon credit. They do have a good defense, but Iowa is one of those sneaky teams that can, pull off a win here and there to, upset some good teams.
Mm-hmm. And I said it last week. Hold on, chat. I'm sorry. I had to reply to this. But I said this last week about certain teams, man. I feel like there are certain people, certain teams that when they show up, they understand, like, you got to think firing coaches, all this other stuff. There are other opportunities on rosters, right? Or we're 2-6 at this point in the season. There's no way into the playoffs. We might not get a bowl game with 6-6 record. You need 7 wins to be eligible for a bowl game. What are we doing with our roster to turn it over and to create some type of momentum and job security at this point in the season for most head coaches? Either you're coaching for your next job opportunity, or you're coaching to maintain and create some momentum to keep your job opportunity, to keep your job. So this is a tough weekend for a team like Iowa, Oregon. Those games are big this weekend because Oregon right there, they on the outside looking in for the college football playoff because of the loss they suffered earlier this season. Big Ten. If Oregon loses, Iowa could be that third team out of the Big Ten.
Yes, and Iowa and Oregon have a common opponent, and Iowa lost by less. Yep,
Iowa lost by less, so this could be a big game for Iowa, and this could be an elimination game for Oregon. Iowa State and TCU. I like Iowa State at TCU this week. I like what Iowa State offense was doing. They've played some tough defenses the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they've still maintained a quality offense. Surprisingly, Iowa State's defense has been their weak point, but they've been playing good enough to where I think they can have a team like TCU. They can handle a team like TCU. I don't consider this an upset with both teams struggling, being inconsistent. I think Iowa State goes in on the road and handles TCU in a solid fashion. An 9 to 11 point win against this team wouldn't be crazy to see. I got Iowa State over TCU.
And this is another game that I've gone back and forth on. Right now, I have TCU, but I'll probably change it, before the game and everything. But I can see, I can just as easily see Iowa State winning this game as I could see TCU pulling it off at home.
Okay. All right, we're going to do our two ACC games together. You got Wake Forest at Virginia, and you got Florida State at Clemson. And these are two ACC matchups. I think Virginia handles Wake Forest at home. Virginia is playing a physical brand. They're not getting a lot of hype across the country because they had an early season loss, but they have a ranked early season loss. And Virginia looks like a quality team that could be a number 6 through 10 seed that can really make a push in the playoff bracket. And then Clemson at hosting Florida State. I got Clemson over Florida State. I hate Florida State right now. I hate what they have allowed the college football committee to continue to say about our record, and I just think they playing a bad brand of ball. The culture, the true culture of Florida State is back. Billy Norville is not a head coach. I don't know why they're still sticking around and holding them there. I'm glad that they got Gus Malzahn. At least with Gus Malzahn, we know he's not a culture guy either. We know Florida State going to be down for the next 3 or 4 years because they're going to fire Billy and then they're going to hire Gus to take the helm. I got Clemson to win that game and pick their season back up. Everybody's kind of forgotten about Clemson as they should have. I told them at the beginning of the season how bad Clemson was going to be. Kay Klubnik and that offense, it was fluky last year towards the end of the season that got them to the playoffs. And they got into the playoffs off some BS. And I've been pissed off since that. So I got Clemson winning it, though, against this trash Florida State team. This is almost like trying to pick a game between Auburn and Tennessee, right? I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care who won that game, honestly. But if I had to pick, I would pick Tennessee in that game. If I have to pick in this game, I'm picking Clemson. Who's your picks from those two games? Wake Forest, Virginia, and Florida State, Clemson.
I got Virginia over Wake Forest. Virginia is just too much for Wake Forest this year. And then at first I have Florida State, and because I don't trust Clemson's offense or their defense right now. But thinking more about it, I might end up changing my pick. But right now I have Florida State because I trust Gus Malzahn as an offensive coordinator and what they can do on offense more than I trust Clemson's defense right now.
Yeah. And I think I'm just picking Clemson because I hate Florida State right now. I'm not going to even lie. We know schematically, I don't think Clemson can match up right now. And last but not least, Nebraska at UCLA. I got Nebraska pulling this one off really decisively. Nebraska has just been in an unfortunate position this year. They actually, I think if they get past the Raiola kid and really evaluate the quarterback availability in portal, they might be able to go out and get a game changer at quarterback. They got some assets. I played with them on NCAA last week, and they got some quality guys in their receiver room. I just don't think they lean on their run game enough. But against a team like UCLA, you can see flashes of why this team could actually be a solid team if they put it all together. I got Nebraska in this one by like 2.5, maybe 3 possessions in this game.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I also got Nebraska in this game. I don't trust Nico and that UCLA team. They surprised some people with when they fired their head coach and brought in interim head coach, but they're not surprising anybody anymore. So I I have Nebraska winning by 3 possessions in this game. So I just think Nebraska as a whole is too much for UCLA.
100%, 100%. And if you all have not seen your final score predictions, they are scrolling at the bottom of the chat for the Alabama LSU game. As you all know, this is our Alabama space here, and we support Bama. We support all the teams here. We support all the teams. We invite all fans to support their team here. But your score predictions should be at the bottom. That'll be on the scrolling at the bottom during the live game day watch party. And make sure you make sure you get them finalized before kickoff today. We'll be live 15 minutes before kickoff. If you need to change your score prediction, let us know. Let us know. My score prediction for Alabama LSU this weekend, 38-13 Alabama. 38-13 Alabama. What's your score, Zach?
I got 38-10.
38-10 Bama?
Yep.
Okay. A lot, and I think a lot of people feel like LSU's offense is going to struggle. I feel like they'll start fast. They'll get a quick score, and then we'll kind of drag them out the rest of the game, and they won't be able to stop us. They won't be able to stop us. That's how I feel. I'm not saying that's how exactly it's going to go, but I feel like that's how the game will go if we play our best brand of ball and they play their best brand. Well, Zach, appreciate you for joining in for another college pick'em segment, man. And you getting smooth with it, man. I told you, the more reps, the better. It's just like football. Right. The more snaps you get, the better you get. The more you get to see, the more you're able to adjust, and the better you get. So, Zach, keep doing what you're doing, man. We appreciate you, man. And roll tide, my guy.
Roll tide.
All right, y'all. Y'all give it up for Zach in the chat. All right, y'all. We'll be right back after this quick little break, man. We'll be right back after this quick little break, and we're going to close the show out with a little Fairweather fan report. And this is kind of just an update. It's not necessarily a report, but this is an update. Somebody type it in the chat. Say, put me in the game, Caoch Smook. We'll be right back. Y'all check it out, man.
Better go subscribe. You do roll with the tide. I'm down in the gun with Caoch Smook. Through the game, roll tide, roll tide. Better go subscribe. TikTok.
I have something to say, and this is more so of an update. We have seen a huge decrease in the Alabama region, right? In the Alabama fan base region of Fairweather fandom, and not necessarily as far. We have not seen a decrease. The cases are still there. We have confirmed cases. We saw a large surge of Fairweather fandom in the Alabama fan base after week 1. Everybody remembers the opening weekend. Kickoff, lost to Florida State. We saw a surge of Fairweather fandom. A lot of people giving up on this team. A lot of people saying that we were losing to this team, and this team. Even after we shut out ULM 73-0, beat Wisconsin, people are still talking crazy about how we would. Matthew Waitley has led the push for me. Him and Bear Bryant-Spurn are the worst wannabe Bama fans I've ever met in my life, right? And then you got content creators like Kangaroo Black, Fairweather. Talking about his Alabama Crimson Tide. They're only your Alabama Crimson Tide when they're winning. Fairweather. You know what I'm saying? But if you go check out what these people are projecting now after we've been winning a lot,
Oh, they ain't got much to say about what's going on, what's wrong, or nothing, none of that. They talking trash to other fans, they popping off. Fair weather one-on-one, chat. I literally said this from the jump, and I'm gonna continue to say this. When your team is struggling or your team is in tough games, and they're still winning, and you're only complaining about the bad stuff on your show, or you're publicly complaining about it through your tweets, that's all you complain about. Are you giving every other team the benefit of the doubt as far as them being better and your team not being able to get better? When your stance is that your team can't get better, or you're asking to fire coaches, or you're being wishy-washy, the only time you really pop in, the only time your content really got some engagement type stuff is when Alabama is winning, and your energy projects that energy, you're fair weather. I never see Bama channels, never, in big losses last year against Vanderbilt. Our channel grew when we lost to Vanderbilt, because guess what? All them punk motherfuckers over there that was talking all this junk, talking about how good Bama was gonna be under Kalen DeBoer and that we was gonna figure it out. Every loss, them jokers went into hiding. They went into hiding. I was doing 2 shows post game. The rest of them went into hiding. So we solid around here at the Caoch Smook Network. We solid here at the AAA family. That's a fact. So if you hang around here, if you've been around here for a while, you a real fan. I congratulate you, even when you have your moments. Like my guy Ray Parr. Ray claimed he a Bama fan, but he complained so much. Chief Wills, he ain't been around. He get busy, he get to working on that road and stuff. He is a self-proclaimed fair weather fan. But he's learning. He's becoming real. He's learning. He's learning how to take the good with the bad, right? Some of you content creators out here, that's all they do is complain and nitpick about. You know what? I stay on Kangaroo Blackhead because he keep calling for Kane Womack to get fired, and to me, Kane Womack has been the best thing for Alabama. When that transition happened, if we didn't have the defense make the type of adjustments they did last year, it would have been a worse season. Nick Sheridan, first-year play calling, and having Jalen Monroe, the quarterback that's not really going to effectively run the system the way you learn to run it, them the Band-Aid together, that's quality work. I can't stand no non-football knowing mother freako that can talk like it talking the way he talk. And people believe that BS, man. They listen to that BS. And don't have no, like, how you gonna be a Bama fan and you always complaining about what they can and can't do? Like, you only complain about it. You never see the glass half full. So for all the fair weather fans that's not expressing their fair weather, what technically you are, because you didn't keep that same energy, that same pessimistic nature, pessimistic mindset that you had from week 1 when we lost to now we're beating ranked teams, all these ranked teams in a row. We're undefeated in our conference, all of these games, right? Now because LSU done lost their coach and all this other stuff, now you're confident. That's fair weather. I had the same energy coming into every game that I did coming into the Florida State game. Anxious and ready to see these boys show up and get their best brand of ball. And the reason why I could sit back and watch the game with a calm demeanor a lot of times is because I understand the game of football. I don't think you should be trying to talk this game or trying to break down the game and give your opinion if you don't know football. And it's certain shit that certain people say on their platforms that lets me know they don't know football. You ask them what a basic cover 2 is, they couldn't explain to you what the first or explain to you what anybody on the field does, or how to attack it, or what you're looking at. Nobody wants to sit here, man. Fan talk. You got Discord channels, you got different chats. Nobody wants to hear fan talk anymore when it comes to sit on the panel. So all you fair weather fans that's got these channels that's crying every week when we play a tough game, or the only time you can be a solid Bama fan and you feel like you got the inside scoop or you got the analysis on point, now you can pull up stats and stuff, is when Alabama's winning. Take your fair weather ass to the back, man. We don't want to hear that noise the rest of the way out. We want real fans in the front. We want real friends in the front to head to the national championship, to head into the SEC championship game. I don't want to hear nothing else from no fair weather fans. So if you fair weather, you've been hanging around here, lurking and stuff, we've been seeing you. A lot of y'all got memberships the other day. You was live watching. You got gifted some memberships because you're in here lurking. And a lot of y'all supposed to be ops now of the Caoch Smook Network and the AAA family, but you still coming around here lurking. Jay to go. Where you been at, man? We've been waiting for you. Come back. Let your Bama hang. You was the first fair weather. You the one created this, Jay to go. You came on that week before Vanderbilt, before we lost our first game. Let your Bama hang. All this, da. And when we lost to Vanderbilt, your butt was gone. Your butt was gone. You was quiet. And when you show back up, we called you out. We ain't heard from you no more, man. Where you been at, Jay, to go? Some people make football too personal. It's entertainment. It's supposed to be fun. Facts. It is fun. It is fun when you're not a fair weather fan, man. When you can chalk it up to a team just getting the best of you, take your trash talk that you was doing and show back up and take that, you're a solid person. But you one of them run and go high type fans, shut your social media down like Ray be hiding off of Facebook and stuff, y'all. We can't have that. So that's the fair weather fan update. Thankful that we don't have the negative Nancy fair weather energy going right now. You know, all these guys now want to bring up stats and stuff. Bear Bryant's burning out here trying to act like he know the game of football, posting stats and stuff. All he doing is going and watching these other channels and using a link and reposting the stats, copy and pasting. That dumb mug don't know no football, man. Same thing with Matthew Waitley. I can't wait to get on campus and meet Matthew and his little crew. I can't wait to. And you know what? It's funny. I think all those burner pages are from one person, but I'm not going to get into that. That's regardless. I appreciate y'all for tapping it in, man. We're going to go ahead and get ready to close this show out. Let's get it, baby. Y'all ready? Let's close this show out, y'all.
You talking about Jalen Miro and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
All right, y'all. We got another full weekend of college football. Hopefully, y'all are excited for it. Again, you all went through the rundown of big games, top 25 matchups that should be showing today. I'm glad we were able to start on time today and get down before 9:30 because, of course, y'all know we got to enjoy college game day for all you fans that love college game day, and SEC kickoff, all those shows, all those things. So get over there, enjoy your time, enjoy yourselves, and we'll be back throughout the day. Just turn your notifications on, like, share, and subscribe to the content. Make sure you're following on all platforms. Shout out to TikTok for tapping in. Luke came in. Jacob says Alabama 50-35, LSU 35. Boy, you must be playing doggone the game. Got to rock with the home team, Texas Tech. Okay, I got Texas Tech pulling it off tonight too. I just don't think that BYU has enough offense to make them boys push. Luke 99 says the ACC. We don't got time to talk about that trash conference, man. Miami's trash. Florida State's trash. Like y'all keep living off of week one. Let's see where that gets you, Florida State. Let's see where your week one win against a number 8 ranked Alabama team gets you for the rest of the season. If that's what you're going to pop off with every time you get in the conversation, keep talking about your week one win against Alabama. As we continue to knock off ranked opponents and go on to the college football playoff and win the national championship, while you talk about beating the national championship in week one, beating the future national champion week one. Right? How does that even matter? Why would, as a fan, I would not say that. As a fan, I was not saying to LSU fans or who else beat. I wasn't saying to Oklahoma fans last year, oh, we beat Georgia in week 4. That don't give you what does that do for us? We didn't make the playoffs. It kept us in the runnings. We was number 11 ranked for the final rankings, but did not get in the playoffs, right? So Florida State keep harking on that, and we appreciate y'all. But I appreciate TikTok for tapping in, and don't forget everybody on all platforms. Make sure you continue to share the content. We've been doing great. If you want to check out the merch, we got the links in the chat. Donate, y'all. We got a big opportunity next week. Your direct donations between now and next Thursday will greatly help us. We're not begging for money, man. We got an agenda. We're trying to do something for the community, not just for myself, but for the community on Alabama versus Oklahoma week. If Oklahoma has a bye week, so they have an elimination game next week. Alabama has a chance to secure the conference championship spot and the playoff spot with the win this week and a win next week against Oklahoma. So direct donations are truly helping to the Caoch Smook Network, Cash App, or Venmo. You check those out. Donate is going to help us set up and help festivities for next week's content and coverage. Super chats are always greatly appreciated. Appreciate everybody that's currently on the donate banner for this month. Mary J, if you could scroll that while we close out, we got about 3 minutes. Shout out to everybody on the donate banner. If you have sent Cash App, and I forgot, I don't know where my red phone is. Oh, there it is. All right, if you have sent Cash App through the red phone, to the Caoch Smook Network, we'll be able to see it on the red phone. I got to make sure we get those updated too, because we had one last week, October. No, that was last month. I'm saying, my fault. That was last month. So if y'all ever send those, make sure you send at least put me in the game coach or something on there so that we can know it's a donate. Trying to see what my family talking about in the group chat. But I appreciate y'all. Heading down to Pell City to my partner's house to enjoy the game later. Smook, Pell City? Hey, you think I should pull up? That ain't far from me. You think I should pull up? I'm just playing. I ain't gonna do that. I don't like crashing folks' game day parties. Oklahoma could be ranked top 10 after this week. Facts. You got a lot of games, got a lot of teams that deciding to shift. A lot of games that can shift the rankings right now. So we gonna see what's up. We're gonna see what's up, chat. I appreciate y'all for tapping in today. Gonna tap in. Kareem, text me. All ESPN guys hop on Bama train. Facts, man. All of them, they whack, man. They mow. But see, they have to. They get a paycheck from ESPN. You know, we have a freedom on YouTube with the panels that we have to push whatever narrative we want. And you still see some of these people, man. I'm telling you, I just need one in-person debate with half of these Alabama content creators and coverage people, and just y'all will see in real time, conversation-wise, who's really plugged in and who's not, for one, and then two, who really know football and who don't. I promise you, I can put that pressure on people. I know this game, chat, and I'm not saying I know everything about it, but I know this game. And for a lot of the BS that's being put out around Bama, I laugh at some of these people, man. I laugh at some of these people and like the support that's behind it, because you look at what's happening in the chat and some of the conversations they had, they're not even talking football for real. They're not even talking about Bama. They sharing opinions. They got they thoughts, and it doesn't make sense. Their thoughts, and you can tell that a lot of them, what they are maintaining and get it and able to hit spot on about, they're going live at 5:30 in the afternoon, 6 in the afternoon, or they're going live the day after somebody else that's actually connected is putting out the information. They just regurgitating that. And instead of just saying, hey, go check this out, I got this from such and such, they acting like they coming up with it. Put them on check-in with Caoch Smook and see what happened to him. Y'all see what we did to Stephen M. Smith last year. And he's supposed to be the voice of college football, voice of Alabama. Had to get his fair weather ass over here. Kangaroo Black got his fair weather ass over here. And see, so this year we went from the other side of this. Instead of exposing them, we went on the other side. We just gonna talk to people that know the game. That's why y'all saw Jimmy Stein come on with Locked On Bama. That's why we saw Mick come on earlier this season. That's why y'all seen us collab with Clint. That's why y'all see us have Kennington Lloyd Smith coming over. We got a lot of names that actually are connected to the program that know what they talking about. They not these 20-man panels over there saying the same shit for an hour and a half. This is why I want y'all to support what we're doing, because the more we're able to be on campus and do what we do, we're shaking hands. We're already in the locker room. That's not a challenge anymore. We got plenty nephews and brothers in that locker room that we can reach out to and get that part of the content for y'all. But when it comes to growing and getting us collab with the right people, is you guys that's doing it and sharing the work and sharing the content and getting people interested in what we're doing. Y'all heard, and it really stuck to me when Jimmy said it the other day. He said, we follow him and Luke, and it's no secret. I just don't care to brag about it, because they've made me realize how down to earth and how respectful they are in this game, man. People just need a reason to hate Bama. It's sad when the people that's eating off of it or feeding into that are supposed to be Bama fans. Don't say my Alabama Crimson Tide no more, Kangaroo Black. You fair weather. And that's how I'm going to end the show. Y'all can clip that. Y'all can spread it however y'all want to. Kangaroo Black is the most fair weather Bama content creator we got on YouTube, y'all. And if y'all want me to prove it, I can prove it. Just tell him to stop hiding and unblock my phone number with his punk ass and pull up on the screen and we could talk some ball. But other than that, y'all, I'm hot right now, yeah, because I'm just playing back some of the crazy stuff. that's been said and what people keep commenting on some of our content with, and you can tell where they coming from. Nay, I don't care. Nay, I'm ruthless tonight. I got 2 big guns today. It's LSU week. I am not playing. Right now, Fairweather fans, I look at y'all like LSU fans. All you Fairweather Bama fans, I'm gonna treat you like I'm treating LSU fans today. Straight disrespect. I don't care. You gotta earn the right. You gotta earn the right to be a true Bama fan around me. You gotta earn the right. And a lot of y'all that follow that mess and support it and be trying to come over here in my comments with that BS, don't bring me nothing else about what Kangaroo Black said on his show, y'all. I'm tired of the DMs. I'm tired of hearing what Kangaroo Black said. Kangaroo Black don't know football. Now, if it's some funny stuff, he funny as hell. He say some funny stuff. But don't come to me talking about what Kangaroo Black said, anything about football. That's what I came here to do. I think God placed me on earth to shake it up. Kind of like he did Jesus. And I'm not shaking it up the right way. I've been doing some bad stuff, right? I think he placed people on this earth to shake it up. I've been sitting here to shake this up. And y'all need to know the truth too, man. Stop listening to all that craziness, man. Stop listening to all that craziness. It's gonna help your health. It really, if you AAA family, think about your fandom before coming to the Caoch Smook Network. Let's talk about this. And I'm only saying this because I was literally in a space. I was literally in a space on Twitter, and we were talking Bama football, and they literally said, "Man, I ain't gonna lie, Smook. Listening to you, man, I have a different perspective. I got different energy going to a lot of these games." Cause I don't be thinking about it like that. I be hearing these other mugs crying and doing. That's what I'm here for, y'all. I'm here for y'all. I got you. I've been a fan since Dante Hightower. Oh yeah, you a young boy. You a young boy over there, Patriots fan. No, I don't care. Either way, we have no filter facts. I try to do good, Nate, but I don't know. And I'm gonna tell you right now, there are people that have the platforms, and they'll sit there and be like, "Man, what happened to your rants, man? What happened to your rants?" I said, "I've been trying to dial it back. Not that I have been, but I've been trying to." And they could tell that I've been practicing. But it was funny. Probably like a month ago. What happened to your rents? Been trying to dial it back, man. They getting real comfortable out here with you dialing it back, and that's the point. I want them to get comfortable because now you see more BS being pulled out, and now I got more content to feed off of. And shoot down the more. Listen, I wonder if you go back right now. I guarantee you right now, there's been a pickup and output of videos and coverage when it comes to Bama content creators, because a lot of these guys, week 1 to week 3, a lot of stuff that they were saying, if they channel and they community went back and played it back, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, he fair weather as hell." I don't want to say his name because I don't want to give him no public recognition on the channel, but y'all know who it is. Took quote unquote half of the community that we have, went over there, started the show, and if you look at what they put out every day, you're like, "Oh my God, again? You're saying this again today? You're saying this again today? You're talking about Georgia again today? You're saying this again? We play LSU this week. Why are you talking about Georgia this week?" Right? I don't want that for y'all here on the Caoch Smook Network, so we're not gonna do that. And I needed my rent tonight this morning because I'm about to be gone, running a whole bunch of errands and doing a whole bunch of important stuff. And y'all clip these and post them. I appreciate y'all for doing those the past couple weeks too. We've been seeing a lot of the little messy stuff. Y'all know I can do mess. I can do mess. I know how to control my mess. All right, folks, and country worst nightmare if Bama win the whole thing. Coach Smook, I said this. Are you saying that because I said that? I remember saying it this year. The country is scared of Alabama figuring it out. I said it after the UL Monroe game. The country is scared of Alabama figuring it out. The rest of the country, especially the SEC, they are scared of Alabama figuring it out. And every game where it looks like somebody might have figured this out, Alabama adds another wrinkle to it. And it's too late to kind of catch up. And I love how the staff is doing. So today, let's enjoy college football today, man. Y'all show up, show out, continue to show some love, and just continue to support, y'all. Just continue to support and continue to show up and do what y'all do. Share it out. Drop the likes, drop the notifications. Make sure your notifications on, and we're gonna continue to grow. Shout out to y'all for the 21 likes. We didn't hit our goal today. It's a Saturday, but I think we'll have the 50 like we always do. People just don't get up early on Saturdays. Y'all make sure y'all hit them like buttons and continue to turn up. And remember, when you see me in the streets, holla and say, "Put me in the game, Caoch Smook." I'll catch y'all on the next one tonight for the live watch party. And don't forget, Bama Nation,
Roll Tide, roll. Y'all be blessed. Remember, when you see me in the streets, holler at me. Say, put me in the game, Caoch Smook.
Put me in the game, Caoch Smook. Put me in the game, Caoch Smook.
Like, share, subscribe. You know we keep it live.
Put me in the game, Caoch Smook. Put me in the game, Caoch Smook. Put me in the game.